This better be good. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? Look, the last couple of trailers that they've uploaded, you know, the TV spots, have actually been quite good. You know, there have been improvements, you know, in some way, shape or form, from the original trailer. But not this. Not this. I'm going insane physically, people. This is bad. This is a whole nother level of shit. Alright. The film still looks watchable. It still looks like a decent film, but the word that I keep on using and will continue using is generic. It is a generic film. Jurassic Park wasn't. The Lost World wasn't that great, but still, Jurassic Park 3, well, that's just one big pile of shit. However, this one, it had so, oh my, it had such, I was really counting on this film. You know, I've been waiting for years for a decent Jurassic Park sequel. You know, when I was a kid, I thought there was one. I thought it was called The Lost World, but now I know that the film's not actually that great. But still, it's, you know, God compared to Jurassic Park 3. But this film was finally going to be the return to Nublar. You know, the return to the original island, return to Jurassic Park. It was finally going to be the film that fans like myself have always wanted. And it might still be. It might well, you know, be the film that we want it to be. But at the moment, no. Cheesy one-liners, crap dialogue, CGI that still don't look that great, and I'll just say one thing about this trailer that really pisses me off. About all the Jurassic World trailers, actually. Ready? Stop showing the dinosaurs! Think about the first film. We didn't know how they did the dinosaurs. We didn't even know what they looked like until we watched the film. There was only like the odd foot or the odd eye. There wasn't much to go on. What do we have here? The dinosaur! Every fucking scene, dinosaur! It's style over substance. Too much style over substance. And this is the thing. And that's been proven. Because think about it. If you watch the original trailers and then watch the new ones, the same scenes now have new shit. Like the scene where the pterodactyls all like swoop in and, you know, attack the tourists. The original shot, they weren't there. Then the second time, there's a new building put in front of it. That's what I mean. Things are getting added all the time. The mosasaur scene, you know, when it's eating the great white shark. If you actually look from the original trailer and the Super Bowl trailer, the complete texture, the texture's changed, the water's changed, the background has changed. Probably for the better, because it's better CGI, but that's exactly that word again, CGI. So I can't even say, well, the background and the water was at least real, and they just added the dinosaur in. No, because guess what? They've edited everything. That was probably just a load of, you know, extras sitting in a, you know, a load of green screen chairs. You know, but the point I'm, right, ignoring the CGI, because, you know, that's the film. Ignoring that, the dialogue is sounding bad. I mean, we designed it to be bigger than the T-Rex. Stop referring to T-Rex. Look, T-Rex, we've known for many years now, is not the biggest man-eating dinosaur. Well, they never really ate man because we weren't around. But anyway, it's not the biggest carnivorous dinosaur ever to walk the earth like we thought it once was. But then again, we've known that for years. But the reason why Tyrannosaurus Rex is still the most awesome is because not only was it the biggest that was originally discovered and, you know, had the title for so long, but on top of all that, its jaws, it's everything. It was so physically strong and dangerous with its mouth and its teeth that it's still more formidable than, you know, another, you know, great big dinosaur like Gigantosaurus or something. Although I think that's a herbivore. Actually, no, Gigantosaurus I think is the. I think it's Argentinosaurus. Anyway, I don't care, okay? It's irrelevant at the moment. The point being is, stop referring to being bigger and better by being bigger than the T-Rex. That was the whole concept of Jurassic Park 3. What was that? Is that Tyrannosaurus? I don't think so. Sounds bigger. Roll the trailer. Bam, 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 bam. No, fuck off. We don't give a shit about the size of T-Rex in comparison to everything else. Why do you think the T-Rex is in this film again? As they hinted and have hinted in other trailers. Because that's the one we want to see. Because all the other dinosaurs are shit in comparison. You know, like Spinosaurus, those kind of dinosaurs. So it's frustrating. It's so frustrating when they just can't get it right. You know, they're putting the wrong priorities first. How about a decent story? I mean, I'm expecting one. We've waited long enough. It's been for like 100 different fucking drafts. You know, 100 scripts and more. You know, and recently the director and his friend who wrote the final script have been, you know, to court or something to try and claim full rights to the credit of the script because they wrote it, not Rick Jaffa and whatever they're called. You know, Amanda Silver, Rick Jaffa. You know, who wrote the Planet of the Apes reboot or sequel or prequel, or whatever you want to call it. They did that, and they did a draft of Jurassic World, but apparently they didn't use any of their script. But apparently, within the contract, they're still off. I don't know. Again, you don't care. I don't care. It's not irrelevant. But the point I'm trying to make is, if he's that desperate to get credit for a script, it better be good. And they released a scene which I watched by accident with Chris Pratt and Howard's characters, you know, all together, you know, with just a bit of banter, no music, nothing, just them two talking. And I thought, okay, this is good, same kind of chemistry, hopefully, as, you know, we saw in Jurassic Park, where there can just be ambience, because the characters are realistic enough and interesting enough to listen to. But no, what do we get? We get Love Actually. We get a load of shit. You know, I mean, I've got to admit, you know, Chris Pratt in this scene does quite a good job, because the dialogue is awful. I'm sorry, it just doesn't sit well with me. But I must say, credit where it's due, Chris Pratt in this scene does a really good job to make that dialogue at least a bit humorous and a bit more natural. Because let's face it, if I was to say it or someone else, it probably wouldn't work. So it's clearly one of those lines and one of those sequences that is wrote for his character, or rather the character that he can portray, and like I said, the scene does really well. But still, even he can't save that scene from feeling a bit off and being a bit cheesy, you know. And that's my biggest problem at the moment. At the moment, it is generic cheese. That's all this trailer is, you know. Like I said, they're showing too much of the damn dinosaur. We know, you know. Yes, there's leaked pictures, but still, don't say, oh well, they know. Here you go. He's a cardboard cutout. No, fuck me, you know. Look, I don't want to go on too much because it's just the same crap, you know, me babbling on. But basically, there's 100 problems with this. One thing worries me big time. It's like, you know, the Dibless Rex, which is the hybrid, who, again, we see too much of in the trailer. They put an implant in his, and this is hardly a spoiler because they're spoiling it in the trailer, so they put an implant in it so, of course, they can track the dinosaur. But apparently, he or she remembers where they put it, so he rips it out. You know, and that's, you know, it's pathetic, you know what I mean? I mean, that's fair enough. Maybe they can feel it, so they're scratching it out or something. But, you know, when they show you the guy holding it, it looks like a bit of brain. And if that's part of Dibless's brain, it's like, you stuck it in my brain, I'll rip a bit of my brain out. It doesn't matter how intelligent you are, you can't do that shit, you know what I mean, without consequence. You know, and it worries me, and that's another thing, intelligence, right? I've tried to forgive the fact of Chris Pratt training the raptors, and because there are hints that there might be some wild raptors, but I'll get into that in a minute, I'm willing to forgive, you know, for now, because let's face it, you know, I can't do nothing about it. But one thing I cannot, if they go down this route, Dibless Rex, he's broke into the pterodon, you know, enclosure, and he's roaring at them. But rather than fly away, they're like half flying away, but they're watching him. And if you actually watch the trailer closely, when Dibless is roaring right in their face, instead of eating them, he's roaring right in their face, they kind of look at him as if they're listening. Next scene, it cuts to them attacking people. Now, that might just be an editing technique, but it's the way the dinosaurs react to him roaring. You know, they look at Dibless and they're like, right, what do you want us to do? You know, don't hurt us. It's like they're being bullied into doing the dinosaur's bidding. And no, we do not want the shitty dinosaur godfather. You know, we don't want that story. We do not want this mastermind, this criminal mastermind in the dinosaur world. You know, if there were going to ever be intelligent raptors to the extent that they can bully other dinosaurs into doing their bidding, it's the raptors. So stop undermining the raptors. That's another thing. Raptors were always intelligent without having to, you know, draw us a painting on a canvas. You know, this dinosaur would literally do that and still it wouldn't be enough. He'd also have to auction it himself and, you know, and make £1 million. You know, it gets on my nerves. They're making this dinosaur too good. You know, and I was originally going to release a video, but I've run out of time. I was originally going to release a video saying stuff like how I've got high hopes for the film just because of rumour. But judging by that trailer, even if the rumours are true, there's going to be parts of this film that are going to be god-awful. I mean, as a filmmaker, there are already shots in this trailer that I cringe at. Like, one of them's where the helicopter smashes through the skylight. I'm like, no, you know, it's crashing into the enclosure. I'm like, it looks bad. But more importantly, it's followed by like a Michael Bay explosion, and Dibulus Rex like roars towards the camera. It's kind of like, yo bitches, I'm the best. When you're not, you look shit. You know me. You know what I mean? Cue Michael Bay's direction for the sequel. You know, it just. It's not sitting well with me, guys. It really isn't. I just don't like the look of it. For one thing, that's seeming good. Another is looking shit. And that's the thing. I actually was looking forward to this film. You know, after all this bitching, two things sold it for me. The distribution and the merchandise. So you have all the merchandise, like the Lego sets are coming out, and the game that I've already pre-ordered. And then you've got the website that is just awesome. Seriously, I wish it was a real place, and it well could be, because, you know, it's so detailed. They even have a page that has like a back history of the island, Isla Nublar, and it says about the wildlife and everything else, and it's awesome because like the pelicans, they even speak about them, and you know, they're the pelicans from the first film. Well, you know, when the helicopter's flying away, and everyone looked at them and thought, oh, it's a what is it? You know, they all tried to try and think of what flying dinosaur it was, you know, flying reptile rather. But no one could remember, and no one could think what it could possibly be, because it weren't. It was a pelican. At the end of the film, it's pelicans, because it's like a, you know what I mean, you know, an irony, you know, or, you know, a nice grace under pressure. Grant looks over and at birds, what the dinosaurs have evolved into, and he, you know, much more, you know, harmless creatures, arguably. But, you know, that's it. So that's what I mean. The website, and they've even got a restaurant called Winston's, and they've even got a menu and everything. You know, obviously a tribute to the legendary Stan Winston, who did the original dinosaur effects. But so there are bits like that I salute the film for. But then there are bits like in that trailer, like I said, with the explosion and the dinosaurs, and that I just put my middle finger up to it. You know. So I'm not happy. I'm not a happy bunny at the moment. I'm really not, because just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it just did. That should be the last trailer. I don't want them to release anymore, and I'm the worst for spoilers. You know, I mean, if you upload a spoiler, 9 times out of 10 I will click it. I can't help it. You know what I mean? Curiosity killed the cat. Look what it did to me. So I just hope they don't reveal any more of the film, because I've seen enough. I'm already pissed off about the Avengers uploading their clips. Again, I saw Iron Man versus the Hulk. I saw that clip by accident, and it pretty much gives away why they're fighting. You know, and I didn't want to know. I had my own idea, and I'm right, but I didn't want to be. I didn't want to know that. And I know people always like, you don't have to watch the clips. I do! That's the thing. When you're that passionate about something without the discipline, and I don't have the discipline, clearly do not have the discipline, you know, I can't help but watch it. You know what I mean? You put a cake in front of me, I'm going to eat it. You know what I mean? So of course you give me something like this, you know, it's a banquet. So of course I'm going to watch it. You know what I mean? I've done bloody well to not watch the rest of the Avengers clips, and it's the same with Jurassic World. I pray they don't release anything else, because I've already seen too much. And, you know, but again, you know, I don't really know what else to say. You know, the film, it isn't looking great. You got Chris Pratt's speech about him and the Raptors are a relationship. But let's put it this way. The problems I have with this new trailer make the ending of the trailer, which is where, again, Chris Pratt on his motorcycle with the Raptors, look awesome. That is how bad this trailer is. This is how pissed off I am. I actually don't mind the look of Chris Pratt riding with his Raptors anymore. And that was the biggest problem I had with the original trailer. But because this one looks so much worse, I actually like the bit with Chris Pratt and the Raptors, just because it reminds me of a better time. A time where I had a little ounce of hope, but now I don't. It's all lost because the film is generic. It is a generic Hollywood film. It looks crap. It's probably going to be crap. There are certain bits that I think are going to be awesome, and they're not. And I don't know what to say. I don't really know what to say. I don't want to get too pissed off, because, you know, I mean, I'm just going to, you know, do something stupid, you know, from a computer out the window or something for no reason. At the same time, I don't want to get into this hopeful spell again, like I did before, because otherwise I end up like this again, going insane, because this is just looking awful. I mean, it is literally like the dinosaur can't be stopped, you know, and it's just pissing me off. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating, you know. I like 100 things to say, and I just can't get it all out because, you know, I'm getting tongue twisted with my own thoughts. You know, there's one bit of hope still. You know, this is, you know, rumour, by the way, so probably be not true, but there's apparently, if you look on the map on the original trailer, there's a restricted area, and on the map, and everyone's speculating that Dibulus Rex will either get lured into there or just break in there, have to follow it in there, and that's where we will find the ruins of the old park, and that is still, to me, worth watching this film. I want to see how they do it, but it has to be accurate. I mean, come on, Jurassic Park the game on PC and whatever else they released it on, it's shit! Not only is it a shit game and it's awful, but on top of all that, they even get the Jeep wrong. It's the wrong lights, it's the wrong grille, it's the wrong fucking Jeep, it's the wrong everything. You know what I mean? Where's the water gone? You know, when they find Nedry, you know, oh dear, it's just everything. I don't want it becoming the game. Going to iconic parts of the film and not getting the sources right. You know, not getting, you know, it accurate. It has to be accurate, and that is the main part of this. You know, some bits look cool, like, again, it's style over substance, because that's what I mean. Visually, it looks nice. It's nice to look at, and that's another thing. It's too bright. You know, it is just too bright. I mean, the original Jurassic Park had a tone. It was quite sunny, it was quite nice, but then when the shit went down, so did the sunshine, you know, and there are a couple of nighttime shots with the raptors, and it's still too beautiful. The moon in the background, it is still too composed. But because it looks fake, you can't even appreciate it. You can't appreciate it as a nice bit of film because it looks like a video game. It looks shit. But anyway, in this, you know, restricted area, everyone is hoping, especially myself, that there'll be Dilophosaurus. And probably full-grown ones. That's another thing. Every son of a bitch that keeps moaning about Dilophosaurus, go fuck yourself, jump off a bridge, do anything but moan about Dilophosaurus. And I tell you why, it's because the amount of people who even to this day go, Dilophosaurus in Jurassic Park was too small, they're actually bigger than that. Fuck off! And the reason why I tell you to fuck off is because even in the film, Nedry is not a dinosaur expert, and even he fucking knows what you don't. He said, when he looks at the little Dilophosaurus, he says to himself, well, he says to the Dilophosaurus, he goes, I thought you were one of your big brothers, you're not so bad. End of conversation. It was a baby. We've already, even in the special features, they say the juvenile Dilophosaurus. So go fuck yourself. It really does. Oh, it grinds my gears. It really does. Boils my blood. The amount of people who even today, and stop moaning about the raptors, like I've said before, because they're based off Deinonychus. They're only called Velociraptors. Stay tribute to the book. Anyway, so everyone can fuck off about that. So, yes, this trailer is not looking that great, but I'm still really badly looking forward to the film because I can't help it, okay? I can't help it. I love Jurassic Park, and that is why I'm so pissed off about this trailer, but at the same time, I still can't wait for it. I'll be first in line, second in line, third in line, hell, I'll be the only person in the cinema because no one else is going to be able to watch it before me. And that is exactly the attitude I have at the moment, despite the heap of shit that has just been uploaded. So, I'm going to leave it there because I have a lot more to say, but I'll probably have a change of heart in the next couple of days. I'll probably be more angry. But yes, shall I say one more thing? One of the other bits of hope I had was I always wanted them to do what they did in Jurassic Park, The Lost World Jurassic Park, the novel. In the novel there was Carnosaur. I always say Carnosaur. There was Carnotaur. And that was, you know, for those who don't know what it is, watch Disney Dinosaur, it was the main villain. Anyway, they had one of those, or a few, in the Lost World Jurassic Park novel by Michael Crichton. And it had the ability, it was called the chameleon dinosaur, and that's because it had the ability to change its, you know, skin tones like a chameleon, so it could, you know, camouflage, you know, blend in with its background. And that always appealed to me, especially whereas light would kind of reveal it, and they would hide from the light. And that is exactly why I was kind of really hyped for this film, because Jack Horner, the paleontologist that helps them make the films, you know, to make the dinosaurs accurate, he released like a teaser, not like a teaser, but he said something to tease us over a year ago now. He said, I can't tell you much about the new dinosaur, but you'll want to keep the lights on after watching the film. And instantly, a lot of us were like, especially me, I was like, could it be the Carnotaur? You know, you want to keep the lights on after. In the novel, that's how they identify the dinosaurs and kind of keep them away, by keeping all the lights on. You know, so as soon as he said that, I thought, can it be? And then when it was revealed that it's not Carnotaur, I was like, oh, never mind. But there might still be hints of that, because one of the many things that this dinosaur has been blended in the mixer to become what it is the cuttlefish. And yes, that is one of the ingredients for this new dinosaur. And the cuttlefish is known as the chameleon of the sea, because funny enough, it can change its colours to match any environment. So that has given me hope, people, that it still might be a tribute to the second novel. Even if it's not Carnotaur, at the very least, it might still have the same impact. But then again, that's saying, you know, too much. That's being too kind to this film, because it's not looking good at all. Again, it looks visually nice, but I'm not saying I want it gritty, but someone did a picture online where they had the trailer from Jurassic World and then had an edited version where basically they had made the tones, basically they changed the cinematography in terms of colours and contrast to look like the old film, and it looked much better. And that's because that light graininess, it didn't make the quality of the film look shit, it just made it look a tiny bit old school, but made the dinosaurs look realer. You know, it made the CGI look much better. And that's the thing. This film is too polished, too perfected, too bright and shiny. And like I said, even the night shots are too beautiful. And I don't want to penalise them for that, but at the same time, this is my problem with digital. I mean, they probably filmed on film, you know, so some person's going to say, actually, Ash, they filmed on film. Fuck off. The point I'm trying to make is, even if they did, that's even worse. Why does it look like this? It is Michael Bay. The lips are too pink. The skin is too white or black. You know, it is... it's just driving me insane, okay? But like I said, I'm going to leave it there because I had a lot more to say, but I'm not going to, because I am really pissed off at the moment. And like I said, in a couple of days, I'm hoping to do a video showing you the Jurassic World website, so I can bitch more then. So, it's good to be back, and I'll see you later. Bye. Son of a bitch. Of course, I will just say one more thing, just one really quick thing. In the trailer, there is the Ankylosaurus, finally, yes. We had a brief cameo in the third film where it ate some shit and then carried on walking, and guess what? It looked shit. It looked more shit than the shit it was eating. But we saw a pack of them now, you know, not, you know, battering the hell out of the, you know, fucking, they're probably playing crochet or whatever it's called, you know, whacking the hell out of the cryosphere, yeah, I think it's called that, the circle thing that the kids are in. They're whacking the hell out of it. And although it looked shit, that was the one part of the trailer that I thought, fuck yeah. Because guess what? Herbivores with attitude. And me and my friend especially, he knows who he is, we've been waiting for ages for a very good Ankylosaurus on screen. And we probably won't get it, but still, I just thought I'd put that out there. So, you know who you are. Fingers crossed, mate. Hopefully it will be good. But like I said to everyone else out there, it doesn't look great, but I'm still keeping my fingers crossed and my hopes very much high. But still, I don't want to fall all the way back down to earth like I did with Godzilla. And what else was there? Oh yeah, there was fucking that piece of shit and that piece of shit. I'm not naming him because I ain't reviewed them yet. And that piece of shit and that piece of shit. And if you want to know what those 4 pieces of shit I was talking about are, you just have to wait for my next videos. So, take care, hoppers, and I'll see you later.